Good day, everybody. Welcome to Nexus Insights. My name is Emeka Former, and this is our special report titled The New Battle Space: Why Power Grids, Water Systems, and Data Networks Are Now Weapons of War. Enjoy. A conflict in the 21st century may not begin with a missile. It may begin with malware, quietly embedded in a power grid, months or years before any shots are fired. The new battle space isn't the deserts or a coastline, it's the infrastructure that keeps modern life running and is already under attack. For most of modern history, the distinction between military targets and civilian systems were a cornerstone of international law and military doctrine. Armies fought armies, infrastructure was protected, at least in principle. That distinction is eroding, not through a single dramatic decision, but through a gradual, deliberate shift in how states compete below the threshold of open war. Power grids, water utilities, hospital data networks, undersea fiber cables, and telecommunication systems have all become instruments of strategic coercion. The question is no longer just whether a country can defend itself militarily, it is whether it can keep essential services running under sustained pressure. In 2024, the FBI issued a warning that would have seemed alarmist a decade earlier. A Chinese state-linked group, Vote Typhoon, had been detected inside US critical infrastructure, not selling data but quietly positioning itself inside telecommunications networks, energy systems, and water utilities. The intent, officials concluded, was not espionage in the traditional sense. It was the creation of options, the ability to trigger disruption at a time of strategic choosing. A separate campaign, Salt Typhoon, later compromised telecommunication networks used for lawful intercept systems, the very infrastructure government used to monitor threats and manage crises. The implication is stark. A future conflict might begin not with a declaration of war, but with the activation of access that was established years earlier. Infrastructure penetration has become a form of strategic positioning, a way of holding an adversary's essential system without firing a single shot. Not every vulnerability requires a sophisticated state actor to exploit. In October 2024, American Water, the largest water utility in the United States, detected unauthorized access on its network and disconnected systems, pausing billing and customer operations. Water and wastewater functions continued, but the episode exposed a deeper problem that US officials had already documented. Around 70% of inspected water utilities were failing. Around 70% of inspected water utilities were falling short of basic cybersecurity standards. Water is a strategically attractive target precisely because of its characteristics: high public visibility, chronic underinvestment, and near zero tolerance for operational failure. A disruption doesn't need to contaminate a reservoir to cause damage. Undermining public confidence in water safety can trigger panic, overwhelm emergency services, and erode trust in government, all without a single casualty. The same logic applies to health data. In June 2024, a ransomware attack on Synovius, a pathology provider serving major London hospitals, disrupted blood testing services across the National Health Service. By June 2025, British officials confirmed the incident had contributed to a patient's death. Laboratory systems, hospital records, and diagnostic platforms are not abstract data assets. They are operational infrastructure, and their failure has direct human consequences. The most disorienting lesson of recent years is that strategic vulnerability doesn't always require a hostile actor. In July 2024, a software update from cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike caused a catastrophic failure affecting nearly 8.5 million Windows devices worldwide. Flights were grounded, healthcare systems seized, banking operations were disrupted. Power grids, water systems, hospital networks, and data cables are no longer peripheral to national security. They are national security. The states that can keep these systems running under pressure, that can absorb disruption, recover quickly, and deny an adversary the leverage they desire, for a strategic resilience that no missile defense system alone can provide. Those that wait for a dramatic escalation to take the threat seriously may find that by then it is already inside. For deeper geopolitical analysis and strategic intelligence on emerging global conflicts, visit nexusinsights.org. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.